There we go.
I just want to clarify on some of that. I was at that meeting, and I think how it was presented was, Bernard had looked back in the minutes from that meeting and reviewed the minutes from the meeting. That's where he got his information. It wasn't talking to one person. That's how I understood.
Excuse me, can you please keep your comments down? Okay.
And as Bernard had stated in his deal, is at that point, the majority was in favor, and he did say, at this point, the citizens may not feel the same. That's why we're having another public hearing. But back then, when we had the public hearing at the fire hall, this was all discussed, and the majority, it was not even like one over, it was a large majority was in favor of selling. That's, here we are later, and maybe it's different. That's why we're doing it again. I mean, I don't think it's nothing to get all, that's why we're doing it again. It's not like we're shoving it under the rug and gonna go with what happened 2 years ago and just do it, you know, so.
Are there any more comments from the public?
Good evening. My name's Bob Walker, and I'm here tonight as a resident of Cascade Locks. A question and directed to you, Mr. Mayor, and then editorialized. I'm confused at this point. The Overlook Park was built with funds from a grant from the Forest Service. Is that correct? All right. So when the lot is sold, does that grant money have to be paid back by whoever's buying that lot? I believe it was $75,000 or somewhere in
50.
Okay, $50,000. If the lot itself is worth $150,000, does the buyer have some kind of requirement to pay that money back to the Forest Service?
Bernard?
I can answer that. It's not the buyer, it's the city. This was a public improvement to public property on behalf of our community. So what happens is the city, if we sell, we have to reimburse the Forest Service for the depreciated value of the improvements, not the land. The forest never owned the land, just the improvements, the rock and the wood and everything, which have been depreciating now for 12 years. And we've been pushing hard to get Stan to give us a number. He has yet to give us a number on that.
I don't know who Stan.
Stan Hinatsu, I'm sorry, he's from the Forest Service,
Okay.
and the one we've been talking to try to tell us what would the city's obligation to be on the depreciated value of the improvement should we sell it.
All right, so let me see if I understand this.
Yes.
We're selling the lot for $150,000.
165 is.
Okay, on 165. I'll just pick a figure out and say of that 50,000, and part of that 165 is to pay back the debt on the fire hall. Let's say 30,000. Does that sound like something? Okay. Where in this formula that we've all talked about for years, where does that money come from? That's going to leave you short 30,000 or 35 or 25, whatever that figure is. That's going to leave you short that amount of money in your debt service or the repayment to these loans from other departments. And I haven't heard anything about that, and that's kind of bothersome.
Okay. Well, the only thing I would offer is, given that it's 165 and that 30,000 is going to, let's say for argument, is going to come off of that, then we have 135. That's 135 more than we will have if we do not sell it. If we do not sell it, we will have a $165,000 hole in our current plan.
Right.
So although that may not cover all of it, depending on what we sell the other piece for, yes, there may be an amount, but certainly we will have more if we sell the property. And of course, the best possible solution would be find somebody who has an interest in maintaining it as it is for the foreseeable future, which if we're going to move forward and do that, then this step we're taking tonight is a necessary part of that. it certainly will not happen without the full knowledge and approval of the council. So our solution is to find the best solution, given that we're selling it for the community, both dollar-wise and end purpose.
Well, I hope things work out like has been planned, but I'm not very positive on it. Now you've got two pieces of property that, yes, there has been some interest, but I hope those two pieces of property get the amount of money that the city needs to pay back. And
As do we.
Yes, yeah, and, you know, I'll save my editorial for the next meeting. It would not be proper to say it during a public
Okay.
hearing. Thank you.
We'll keep you posted as it develops.
Will there be a standard real estate fee of 6%? And will that be taken off the 165?
That is not in our plans currently. Not to say that couldn't possibly happen, but we currently do not have a listing.
Well,
So-
how would we get a listing without a real estate fee?
We wouldn't. We could for sale by owner, which is well within our means to do that, and then we would save the real estate fee altogether. So, is there further public comment? Okay, if not, then I will close the public hearing on the sale of public properties, lots 1400 and 1300 at 505 Southwest Wanapa Street. And I will be leaving open the traffic impact analysis and continuing that to the next meeting. All right.